In Ben Simmons' debut with the Nets, he had 6 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds in 19 minutes in their preseason loss to the 76ers. It's the first time Simmons has played in a game in nearly a year and a half. Shannon, how did he look and fit?
Looked the same. He's still limited because he doesn't even think about shooting the basketball. He took 6 shots, none of them outside the lane. He made 3 of them. They were either dunks or layups. Missed a turnaround jumper, bad, bricked it, really bad.
He bricked it.
Missed both free throws.
He did.
And hold on, the Nets gave up 42 points in the fourth quarter without Joel Embiid and James Harden. And I thought Ben Simmons was going to bring a defensive mentality. He and Nicky Claxton, they're going to be able to, lock it down. The issue for Ben is what he is, and I don't see that changing. He's not going to shoot the basketball. He's afraid to shoot the basketball. It's going to be dunks or layup. Yeah, he has a nice all-around game. He can facilitate an offense. He can rebound the basketball. Scoring is somewhat limited because he can only dunk or lay the ball up. But he's what I thought he would be. Nothing more, nothing less.
Really? Ben Simmons is a great all-around basketball player, and I do not toss around that word lightly. He made 3 of 6 shots, so he can put ball in basket. He just does it his way. He had, in just 19 minutes, he had 4 rebounds and 5 assists because he will be the point center, point guard. He'll be the point whatever of this team. And I was highly amused by the quote from Kyrie Irving after the game. He says, I was telling Ben at halftime, when you're playing with some high-level players, despite what you've heard, we're going to make the game easy for you. No, he is going to make the game easier for you. That's what's going to happen to this team. He is a great fit because he is a high-level defender as opposed to Kyrie Irving, who considers himself a high-level offensive player, which he is.
Yes.
But he will benefit greatly from Ben Simmons. I think he's the perfect fit for this team. He would have been the perfect fit. He would have been the savior for this team last year if he had gotten his head and back together on time.
They weren't beating the Celtics. They weren't going to beat the Celtics.
I know. Interesting. Because this young man can flat out suffocate defensively when he decides. And he's got kind of a nasty streak. As mentally weak as he can be at the free throw line, when he plays defense, he plays it hard and he plays.
Well, I mean, a lot of times, Skip, he's guarding twos, points or twos. So he's so much bigger than theirs. He can just engulf them.
He is 6 feet 11 inches tall.
But you see him, they try to put him on the GOAT, and you see GOAT do whatever he wants to.
Really?
GOAT's like, you too small.
GOAT saying you're too small?
You too small.
I don't remember GOAT ever saying too small.
GOAT saying you too small. GOAT saying you too small. He was supposed to be GOAT, remember? He was supposed to be LeBron James. He was supposed to be, because LeBron is Magic 2.0, he was supposed to be LeBron 3.0. He ain't not that.
Okay, well, he's not much worse a shooter than LeBron.
Oh, he's much worse of a shooter than LeBron. Don't do that,
Well, he's a non-shooter. LeBron's just a bad shooter.
No, LeBron is a great shooter.
I mean, at least
field goal percentage. Look at that field goal percentage.
At least Ben Simmons isn't going to attempt the 15th most three-point shots in the league like LeBron did last year.
Ben Simmons hadn't he won't attempt 15 threes in his career.
Okay, well, maybe that's a good thing.
No, it's not.
Right?
No.
Bad thing for
Expand.
LeBron.
You got to expand your game. That's what GOAT did.
Oh. Well, lousy shooter, all-time greatest scorer. I don't know. Doesn't make sense.
And an assist man. About to pass. How you pass Magic and Kareem? That'll never happen again. You will never see another player pass Magic Johnson and Kareem.
Jen, it's your turn.
Guys, I got to jump in. We got to move on to Kawhi Leonard because he's back in full strength. He is with the Clippers. Will they be the best team in LA?
No.
I cannot wait to hear your takes on this. That's next. After Kyrie Irving posted a 2002 video clip from InfoWars founder Alex Jones about a conspiracy theory, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar took to his website to say, quote, Irving is back and more destructive, insensitive, and just plain silly than before. Kareem also noting, quote, his thought process is an example of what happens when the education system fails. Strong words. Shannon, what are your thoughts?
I agree with Kareem. Kyrie wants to be viewed as this great thinker, but he falls into conspiracy theories. He didn't think about this. He posted something that's been disproven, that Alex Jones lied, that this really happened. Sandy Hook actually happened. These parents are not actors, and he retweeted that. The guy got sued. He's trying to move money around so he doesn't lose everything. And Kyrie takes 20 years So Kyrie was what? So if this 20 years old, Kyrie had to be what, 7 or 8 when this actually happened. Did no reading, but he posted it anyway. And what Kareem has said, like, these athletes, they have power. People believe in them. They buy their shoes because this athlete wears them. They hang on things. That's why they're great product endorsers, because people believe in them. And for Kyrie to do this, Kareem was like, really? Really? But Kyrie doesn't seem to care. Kyrie's like, oh, I'm my own person. I'm this great thinker. I'm so in-depth. I'm so thought-provoking. He wants to be viewed as a martyr. And what he doesn't understand about martyrdom, Skip, is that you have to go through what the people that you're fighting for go through. Dr. King lost his life, just like a lot of those freedom riders lost their lives. A lot of people that was walking and marching alongside him, they lost their lives. When they were taking those people to jail, Dr. King went to jail. He had the dogs unleashed on him. He had the water hoses unleashed on him.
He did.
That's how martyrdom worked.
Muhammad Ali lost the prime of his career.
The prime, the apex, when no one could touch it. He said, I give all that up, forget that. He's like, he couldn't go to Canada, he couldn't go to, they're like, hey, okay, well, this is what y'all gonna do to me? I'm gonna shut it down.
Yep.
Kyrie Irving got his salary. Kyrie Irving lost nothing. He got that $30+ million that he was getting, and he did nothing. All he did was keep putting out conspiracy theories. No thought process, nothing. And Kareem is like, bro, you should be better than this. Because Kareem would know. When he was at UCLA and the summer was in 66, 67 in Cleveland, he was there. He was there. So changed his name. A lot of people didn't like when Kareem changed his name. So
a lot didn't like when Cassius Clay changed his name.
Nah, exactly. So you have to be, and a lot of people in that community like, well, hey, man, my son, my nephew, my dad, my uncle, he had to go. Why call you an athlete? You ain't got to go to the army of Muhammad Ali. Hey, So everybody, it wasn't very popular when Muhammad Ali did what he did. It wasn't very popular when a lot of these guys, but they were willing to risk it. All Kyrie's willing to do is put out conspiracy theories and lose nothing in the process.
I appreciate Kareem's words so much. Allow me to read just a few more of them. Kyrie Irving would be dismissed as a comical buffoon if it weren't for his influence over young people who look up to athletes. When I look at some of the athletes who have used their status to actually improve society, Colin Kaepernick, who, by the way, gave up his whole career for it, LeBron James, Muhammad Ali, Bill Russell, Billie Jean King, Arthur Ashe, many more.
Right.
I'm still quoting Kareem. It becomes clear how much Irving has tarnished the reputations of all athletes who strive to be seen as more than dumb jocks. Boy, that is potently powerful.
Yes.
Kareem goes on to say, you can't just shake your head. You can't just spit out a bunch of nasty tweets. He says, you got to write to his sponsors and tell them to drop Irving. He's calling for a boycott of his products. I mean, that is as powerful as it gets. And he said, don't feel sorry for him. By the end of this year, says Kareem, he will have made $230 million. And he says, in the end, that buys a lot of yes people.
Right.
Well, you know and I know it sure does.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I appreciated what you did yesterday on the show because it wasn't easy. And you've lashed back a couple of times at people on the internet who say, Shannon, you're a black man. You cannot criticize another black man, Antonio Brown. And you're like, yeah, I can.
Right.
When you stoop to the levels he stooped to, as you pointed out yesterday with the picture that he posted, I can criticize him because
he's wrong.
He's wrong, and he warrants criticism. Okay, so this is at a much different level, but Kareem, I get it's black man and black man, but this it takes guts and it takes wisdom and it takes perspective to step back and say, Kyrie, you're just flat out wrong here. You're making all these people who blazed trails for you to so you could make $230 million. You're making them all look so bad. You're tarnishing their credibility with you because Kyrie's a smart young man. He's got high IQ. It's just unhinged. It's flawed. in its wisdom. There is no wisdom attached to the IQ.
Right.
Right?
It's just, and these, Earth is flat and all this. It's all, Skip, it's always like, I want to go. He's one of these guys that always wants to go against the grain. And so, you're like, man, it's raining outside. And everybody has umbrellas. No, it's not. It's not raining.
No.
Like, come on, Kyrie, bruh. It's okay. I get it. But if you want to put time, and if you want to come up with something that's not a conspiracy theory, you want to put time in and you want to research it and you want to read, okay. But when you tweet Alex Jones, anything that you say after that, bro, you just gonna be dismissed. People, think about it. People lost, families lost their kids, never coming back. People are still grieving. Like, to lose a child. And Kyrie like, oh yeah, that didn't happen. Y'all actors. Really? Because basically when you retweet something, you sign it on like you agree with it.
Although Alex Jones admitted under oath that he plays a character on TV. That's his persona. That's who he's supposed to be, is the contrarian.
Right.
The shock jock.
Right. So
Right.
He's a joker that put no thought into this. He's just saying things that, you know what? And that's how it goes. Unfortunately, Skip, you can say something and you say it enough and people will start to believe it. It used to be, Skip, when I was growing up, people would be out there right in front of the grocery store and they'd be, Jesus is coming, and nobody would pay attention to him. After a while, one person would stop, then two, and then three. It's kind of like when they're playing the street musicians. Walking by, nobody say nothing. And all of a sudden, they got a crowd. You keep posting stuff, sooner or later, hey, retweet, and now all of a sudden you got 10, 15, 20, 100,000 retweets. And now it's caught fire.